All right, welcome back. If you're watching live, this is the second series that we're doing tonight. Out on YouTube, it'll be a solo series. We are watching the second of the classical tier quarterfinals. And this is the wrong file. And this is a big fail. Did I even actually put them in? Nope. I hit the rank button. I'm not playing games. We're trying to watch here. Where do they go? Now I just quit the game. I think I need to anyway because I think I did not put the files in the folder. I didn't. Where did I put them? Oopsie doopsie. Where did I put these? Hello, Nimonu. We are about to get started on a series here. I have just kind of screwed up. Oh, yeah, I didn't move them over. There we go. All right, welcome back to another cast. The same you. Athenian League quarterfinals match between Nito and Cidal, and as we have tended to have throughout these games, are Norse wars. A lot of Norse players, or a lot of Norse gods being picked by the players here. We are on first map, which is the unknown, and watching two new players, Nito and Cidal, two of the shorter names in the entire tournament. Short and to the point. Nito placed second in his division. Cidal placed third in his. Nito with a pretty solid season this year. Cidal as well. I mean, anytime you make the playoffs, you get third out of. These are the bigger divisions too. So, third place out of six made it to the playoffs here. So that's cool. Well done to Cidal and Nito. Nito was a player who did play in season two. Didn't fare so well in season two, but came back. Apparently an improved player because has looked pretty solid in his tier this season. So got Odin on the bottom, Loki on the top, a bit of a spy used on the gold miners. I would generally prefer to see the spy getting used on the military once the game starts going. Because is there really a whole lot of value in spying a dwarf? Because you know this is going to be here. So I guess you know when the dwarves leave the base, but once you kind of get used to the game's pacing, you kind of know when they're leaving without even having vision of it. This is the unknown. We're getting a map with quite a few cliffs here. The gold mines are pretty rough. Wow. These are some rough gold mines here. If you want to move to a gold mine after your first one is done, you would have to either do this one, or this one. You do have some cliffs to maybe help protect this one here, but these are some aggressive gold mines, and we have Nito coming forward with the army of monkeys. And, that'll actually be somewhat useful early on. Now, do they give favor? Like, let's pause here. Is Cidal gonna get some free favor out of killing these monkeys? Looks like, maybe not really. Maybe? A couple? But I guess the monkeys are served to, well, I would have maybe forest fired. He's gonna come up here and forest fire this, isn't he? Come on, you gotta forest fire this. Whoa, come on! Oh, losing your Valkyrie like that is not good. I do have some snacks. Pardon me, but I'm gonna be rude and eat because I'm really hungry. But I also don't want to just sit around and not get these games in because I am a man of limited time, limited resources, and streaming these games do take time. I'll try not to chew in your guys' ears, so that would be very rude of me. Yeah, other than these gold mines, though, that are like in the middle of the map, it's a very defensive map. Kind of an interesting little spawn we've got here. But yeah, all your hunt is in the middle, too. Because yeah, there's nothing behind other than just this useless town center. No hunt over here. No hunt over here. It's just all in this middle. So I want to see one of these players just send it here soon. Well, these guys left their ox cart behind. But they didn't have one. That's a bit of an oopsie. There you go. Okay, you hand wall this. He did a good job building this so that he could wall it. Or gate it, I mean. These guys are looking. See, yeah, here I don't know if I'm really even bothering to try to do much for raids. It's going to be hard to get anything without getting trapped. I'm just sending it right up the middle. Somehow he's missed these villagers there. Just missed them again. But yeah, I'm sending these back and pushing through the middle. That is the process. Uh-oh, we're getting a... Yeah, see, now he's getting units caught and damaged. He can't really afford that. Because we got pretty even. Now we're coming forward here, so I guess maybe he's hoping to push Cidal's defending troops back. And now we'll push... Or, we'll push Nito off a little bit. Gotta watch out for these herdmen, though. You don't want to fight this. This is half your army against a whole ton of herdmen, and this aggression did not go the way he had hoped, and loses quite a bit of units in that exchange. Probably not a map where the raiding cavalry were the right unit to make, because you just can't raid, you just need to win a battle. So Cidal can really, with his slower army, just sit right here in the middle of the map and be perfectly fine. And could actually come forward and push into this if he really wanted. To the point where Nito might have a hard time getting to a gold mine. Eco upgrades, just a pickaxe. Yeah, without any throwing axemen, this is a scary little army for Nito to face. Oh, he could come up here actually right now. He has a little bit of opportunity. Oh, Cidal sees this coming back. Where did Nito's cavalry go? Okay, they're coming, but yeah, can't do it. Too many herdmen here. But you almost just transition into pure throwing axemen if you are Nito, which looks like that's what he's trying to do. Getting a little wall up to kind of help defend. Getting a raid. Can he get in? This will be a big... Oh, gets the forest fire. A nice surround on these villas. Oh, this is a good raid. I would not have expected this one to work, but it did, and he got quite a few kills here. Really well done there. Just a little hole here, and just something that could have been very simply prevented by just putting a wall here to here and a wall here to here. It's just something... I mean, say the walls never help out and you're kind of like, man, that was kind of a waste of a wall. But walls like that can just save so many potential disasters. But on the other hand, we got an army here that Nito cannot fight. And Nito is losing just as many villagers as Cidal did. But we're getting another raid. You don't want to get on the ox cart, though. There you go. I probably would have rather have killed more villagers there. But unless Nito can just jump on this gold mine here, it's going to have a hard time ever getting gold. We'll lose the middle here. But getting some good pressure here where Cidal's kind of ignoring those attacking raiding cavalry. Now makes a couple herdmen to help defend. And the raiding cavalry will run off. And there's still these villagers that are now pretty open. Again, no wall. Would like to see a wall just to retreat through. But Cidal very happily killing all of these units here. And who we got? We've got an age up here for Nito. What does he do with that age up? Well, he's trying to come all the way up to that corner. Does find these two solo. Oh, watch out. The herdmen have such a high attack bonus here. And are fairly cheap units to where these trades still aren't really worth it. Now, there were some units right here, or some villagers. I don't know if you noticed. Oh, here come the other ones. And we'll lose the rest of them. Really, I've been streaming more often lately. I did not have much availability all summer, so not a ton of summer streams. In fact, there's a point where I think over the span of like 2 months, I might have only had like 4 streams, something like that. But yeah, now I've got a little more time. Oh yeah, it's very totally EU friendly times. Even when during the summer, I've typically been streaming at like 4 a.m. EU time and then being done after an hour. So yeah, now I have a little more time to stream later, so I get into like the morning EU time. What? See, Nito's gonna have a hard time ever accomplishing anything here. He can't fight this army, but what he can do is come forward, get a frost on just the army, and hit all the villagers with the raiding cav. That's kind of a way that he could get into this. Yeah, I did sneak this corner gold mine though, which Cidal does not have scouted. This is a smoothie that I have. Be healthy. That's the message. But yeah, these walls are in now, which is a little late after all those villagers killed. But we have quite the military advantage from Cidal here, as he's starting to wall off parts of the map. I think he's checking this gold mine down here to see if Nito is on it. And oh, we have some more. See, I would have loved to have seen a wall here to retreat through, and a nice raid here by Nito that just need not have happened. Just be careful with where, I mean, you just gotta take care with your villagers. And loses more villagers that probably internally this puts Cidal on a bit of a timer. So we get a Valkyrie frozen by, because now we have quite a few throwing axemen in. Where we have just a huge military advantage for Cidal, who's probably waiting to age up. And he did just hit Bragi. Yeah, Cidal does not know about this gold mine, but this is where you can kind of figure out the map and realize that, for example, Cidal can see the map and see that he has 3 gold mines. 1, 2, 3. We should tell him that Nito also have 3 gold mines. 1, 2, question mark. There. Yeah, just wall this off too, and you can just protect this whole corner of the map. It's kind of funny that neither player has scouted the corner, because theoretically you could have had resources spawning back here. I mean, there isn't any, but very much could have. Grabbing a town center, aging up, wants to get those armor upgrades, but this is a close game. Just there may have waited too long, and there's too many throwing axemen now. To the point where I don't know if Cidal wins fights. Now he has to wait. He can't fight down and upgrade. He really needs to wait until he gets heavy. But it doesn't look like he's doing that. Ooh, get this. Ooh, this is not good for Nito. But we've got this Frost Giant that is just tanking all of the throwing axemen here. Though he's doing a decent job actually picking the axemen away. So not bad. Not bad little micro here. And this is a really nice fight for Cidal. As in the end, all of the raiding cavalry just got absolutely blasted by the herdmen. And yeah, a really nice fight from Cidal there. And it was nice to see the bit of micro where he had the Frost Giant in his face of the throwing axemen, but was still actually microing the throwing axemen onto the enemy throwing axemen. So well done by him. Still getting these gathered in the corner of the map. And hello, Skirnir, how are you? Lots of farms here with the farming upgrade. Gonna sit on our healing spring and heal up. Meanwhile, Cidal has 14 on food, but where are they on food? Oh, right here. A little bit of some awkward ox cart here. I think he needs to wall this off. Wall this off. Wall this off. There you go. Because then you could kind of very safely mine from these gold mines over here. How much gold does he have on this? We still got half of our gold mine left on this side. Yeah, I've got more time now. It's the fall. I'm on night shift. It's a little more time to do these things. Nito is kind of planning ahead, realizing that he's going to need to get on this position for his gold soon. But didn't quite get those buildings up, and is trying to distract us by killing some houses up here. He's checking these mines because he thinks that maybe Nito is on them. It's just he hasn't scouted the one in the corner. Nice to preemptively move these villagers. And oh, this is where you gotta be careful. Like, you pay and you forget about your raiding cavalry for just a couple seconds. 1, 2, 3, and 5 of them go down. just so quickly. That's tough too because of like how fast these herdmen kill cavalry, especially since they are Loki herdmen. They've done some damage here. 5,000 damage by these guys. Let's see who's the leader of the bunch. I saw one with 500 damage here. That's a lot. Oh, there's one with 585. Hard to pick each one individually. But there he is. Oh no, he didn't finish this wall off. So, ooh, we are getting a fortress over here though. He kind of snuck it. He snuck it in because this wall wasn't made. The villagers are over. The monkeys are here, but there's just not enough units. We still have frost and flaming weapons. They'll kind of just counter each other, I think. We got to get on the other side of this building. Wait, even the monkeys can garrison? That's nice. But now he's split. Reinforcements got to come through this death ball of infantry units. And I mean, you can't use frost here before flaming weapons, so Nito's in a tough spot where he does use frost, but what's he gonna do when flaming weapons comes in? Oh, he's trying to wall them in. But there's reinforcements on the back end that are preventing. You know, you could get your raiding cavalry in on these and get some damage in during the frost. We've got 16 seconds left. He's got to get back into safety over here, though. Like, your only chance of surviving a flaming weapons is to have a wall to retreat through. Gotta get out of here. In the end, blue doesn't even use flaming weapons. Four trolls, battle boar. That is down. No, we did see some villagers come over here. They're contemplating the meaning of life in this little corner. I guess Cidal didn't notice. Well, you might see now. He sees with Eye of the Forest that these units are here. But does he actually see? Like, he scouted them. Yeah, he does. Yeah, here comes the boar. Yeah, he saw them. Eye of the Forest allowed him to notice that this was going on over here. And I think Nito is about to get gold blocked. Yeah, one hearse here. Ingjaldr Helgeson trying to take out all of those battle boar there. The villagers just stuck up against the woods. Oh man, and we're gonna have a big battle up here in the front, but yeah, it's just too late. Cidal's got this game. You get a really nice troll spot in the back line there, and Cidal takes game number 1. PK Chicks, hey, how you doing, man? I hope you're doing well. Cidal with game 1 victory. Give him the score. Take a look at our post game. This is the fight somewhere. I forget. Oh yeah, that one big fight early on, where yeah, just a really nice fight for Cidal, and then just the military composition just wasn't quite it for Nito, who had the better economy. But if we go to military, units, yeah, 2-to-1 or a 1-to-2 kill death ratio essentially. So not good for Cidal there. Just a map where probably your raid style isn't going to work. But fun game there. Kind of a cool map. Looking good, thank you. You as well. I don't even know how you look, but I'm sure you're looking good. As we've got double Odin here on Tundra in a really cool color by Cidal. So double Odin on Tundra. This is such a classic Tundra mirror match here. How's Canada treating you, chicks? Good? We'll fast forward the front. So Nito taking a loss in game 1. Comes in as a slightly favored player, I would say. But yeah, probably pretty close players here in terms of skill. But yeah, Cidal has to change off of Loki because you can't repeat a god that you've won with. And Nito gets to be on Odin. And we have our early aggression here. The Herseer chasing Cidal's Herseer back. You have AOT still being sold at the shops? Really? Like what stores? That's nuts. There's no way. You're just telling me that just so I can be nostalgic or something. Really nice pressure here from Nito. He just needs to be careful not to lose his Valkyrie. Kind of an unusual... Oh, the pawn shop. The pawn shop would be selling CDs? Alright, watch out. You gotta protect your Valkyrie here. Run her through the woods. Don't chase! Don't chase! Don't chase! Oh, no! Oh, man. I've seen it over and over and retold. With the burning land. It's just, you don't notice it. It just doesn't look that dangerous. But you run across it and just lose 4 Herseer just like that. That's a tough early loss there. It would have been nice to save the Valkyrie, but 4 Herseer down just like that is rough. Because that's your building units here for Cidal. So he only has 1 building unit now. And Nito kind of recognizes the weakness and is coming at this building trying to prevent it from going up. I probably would have just stayed on the temple. Because it's only 200 health and this doesn't train your Herseer or anything. So I would have stayed on the temple to prevent any more Herseer from coming out. But yeah, if he can kill both of these buildings... Which doesn't look like he's going to. But yeah, I would have could have actually killed the temple there and been really, that probably killing the temple here probably would have sealed the game as a win for Nito. Both players trying not to lose their Valkyries. But yeah, because your Great Hall, well, I guess your Great Hall does build Herseer, but I would have killed this first because that was surely you would have known that's in the process of training units. So you kill the one that's training, and then maybe try to come at that afterwards. Yeah, Cidal was in a huge bind after losing those 4 units to the forest fire, but still trying to keep up the pressure here. The Valkyrie does get hit by that one last attack, and not a good fight here for Cidal to take. It stinks to lose your Valkyrie when you just get another one in. And now we have another fight here. Now this one's probably going Cidal's way. Valkyrie down here. Oh, you might as well just fight. She can take this. Ooh, trying to run this guy out. Nope. Doesn't run it out, but we've got quite the fight here. These little skirmishes are pretty fun to watch. Got to take care of your units here in these early fights because the Norse wars just tend to be so snowbally. Try is pushing Nito back, even in villagers, and even in military right now. Though Cidal is kind of banking a ton of food, or Nito is. Where, yeah, you gotta move a few of these dwarves over to gold. Really wants to wall this this gold mine off. Nice idea. Wait for the raid. Ooh, nice little raid here. Yeah, get on them. I mean, you even have kind of the Raven kind of letting you know maybe what's going on up here. Kills a villager, creates some idle time, and then runs out without losing anything. So nice little job there. But on the back end, this wall not quite going up, and you have all your Hersey are getting trapped. And now this is a nice kind of response. Oh, why did you do that? About to kill that one. Why wouldn't you have just let your raiding cavalry play there? Chase down both of those. See, this is where Cidal maybe a little worried about these. Having these units on the run, split your raiding cavalry off and come across the map. Put some pressure on. Because, I mean, there was an avenue here to punish. You could come down here on the berries and punish that, force some idle time, and all of a sudden go from being the hunted to being the hunter. The units are coming back in. Got a decent number of raiding cavalry here. Yep. Okay, he sees it. Not too worried about it. Would be nice to finish off the temple and the buildings here. Does see these units coming this way. Knows that the villagers are coming to the gold mine. What's the next stage? I'm past that stage of my life. Where did Cidal's defending units go, though? Where are all of Cidal's units? Oh, they're coming around. Oh, he's got them trapped in here, though. Come up here. This could be really good for Cidal. Gets a ton of damage off on these units, so really nice. We have a forest fire to hit the units on the way out. All right, and nice little trap there. That was a little play where that's the thing you got to be careful about when you are going forward to raid, that you can't get yourself caught in an awkward position, because you could really get punished fast against an opponent that also has a mobile army, where if they catch you, they can really do some damage. So got this walled, would like to move the wall up here just to kind of close off this half of the map. You got to retreat from here. There is snaring in AOM. It's not as obvious as AoE 3. AoE 3 does have some crazy snare. But you can see the Valkyrie getting slowed here. Now we have a big fight. Boy, 62 to 62. This is a close fight, but it looks like Nito has to retreat. Doesn't have the Herseer infantry in. And a nice start here so far by Cidal. Kind of a bumpy road right away. Oh, where did these come from? That's a nice raid. Where did they... Were they just sitting back here the whole time? That's nice. Just to kill a couple vills and force some more idle time. But now again, just has to be careful that they don't get caught out. Sees these coming. But yeah, the AoE 3 snare, which I used to play a lot of AoE 3 back in the day, was always very frustrating. especially like in Cav Wars where you'd almost be at the disadvantage attacking because as soon as one of your Hussar would get attacked, you just would lose it trying to run it. You might as well. It was just dead. Another big raid here. Cidal's raids might save him in this game. And all of a sudden, Nito has a larger military advantage. If we look at the resources here, some really awkward resources right now for Cidal, who's got 1,300 wood in the bank. No food. Though Nito is floating a ton of resources too. But I think all of this aggression is kind of keeping Cidal a little bit off balance. Got these 4 cavalry there that are probably going to come back here when he thinks the time is right. Now this player's Cidal's got to be careful of coming forward. He does see these villagers down here. He just spotted them with the raven. But I don't know if there's a way into the back. There isn't. This is dangerous here, though. So Cidal's coming forward to a raid that... Oh, he could get these vills, so he's probably going to miss. Ooh. I thought Nito might try to run in here. Well, you're hosting an Age of Empires 3 tournament? Oh, this is not the fight you want, though. Yo, 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 get out! Really? I didn't know you enjoyed AoE 3 like that. My problem is I have not played Age of Empires 3. Since... These 4 little raiders have been so pesky to Cidal. He like keeps losing track that they're still back here. Somehow I did not know that you had done that. But yeah, these raids, I mean, look at the vill count change now. Just these 4 raiding cavalry have kind of single-handedly given Nito such a huge advantage. Yeah, I haven't played Age of Empires 3 since like 2010. It's been 15 years now. Nito, what are we doing here? Whoa, that was some suicide there. Oh man, that was a terrible turn of events as we now have the trees being used over here. And that was a scary loss here. We see a big fight coming in the middle of the map. Do we have the Herseer numbers? Boy, Cidal, I'm liking. Cidal has some decent units here. Oh, here come a ton of Herseer though. That might be enough to sway because our Herseer get the free age upgrade when you upgrade in the age. Your Herseer and other like just basic heroes get a free line upgrade. But so they might carry here. Essentially they're heavy, and yes, it does look like they are carrying. And that, despite the huge raiding cavalry loss here, I don't think Cidal can hold this pressure. Do we have upgrades? We do have lifesteal as well for the Herseer. Wow, that's really nice. And then copper mail and copper weapons, and we do have copper mail, copper weapons for these, but the lifesteal is probably doing quite a bit of work here. And yeah, the Herseer clean up. And GG. Wow, that was a little bit iffy there at the end, but it's just all the villagers that Nito killed over time just really punished Cidal, who just maybe a little bit more careful walling and not losing track of the units up here, and our series is tied up 1-1. Well, that's exciting, chicks, to have a Age of Empires 3 tournament. I assume Age of Empires 3 has kind of turned into like the forgotten child of the Age of Empires series. Um, like it doesn't get in any of the Red Bull tournaments. I don't know if ESO communities, like whatever it was that used to do the ESOC tournaments, I don't know if they still exist anymore. But yeah, Age of Empires 3 is like it's for a while Age of Mythology was the illegitimate child of of the family. But then now it's Age of Empires 3 is the illegitimate child that Microsoft doesn't care about anymore. We are looking for, let's see, that's game 5, game 3. There may or may not be 5 games. And we go to another Norse war, it looks like. Yeah, they did cancel. And an expansion as well. Well, I mean, AMM, I mean, Retold just gets at the interest. But I would have liked, so he's pushing the deer towards this town center. Some of these are killed a little bit too far away for my liking. But yeah, Nito is our player in the right, in the red. Cidal is our player. He's got Odin again on the left, so another Norse war here. 3 Norse wars to start this series off. That's what you get when you watch a couple of Norse players. So this is Freyr, chicks. I don't know if you know Freyr. This is Freyr, the 4th Norse god. Gets to cast a hero pig is the god power. That you can cast around a town center and it helps defend. Of all of the new content in Retold, like even including the expansion, Freyr is probably the best done out of all of it. Freyr's pretty cool. I'm a fan of Freyr. I think it's a pretty interesting take on Norse and some pretty interesting god powers. It's sure Freyr's strong, but I like the ideas. Freyr had some interesting ideas and interesting concepts that helped make Freyr a pretty unique Norse god. Like the one thing I wish there was more of in AOM was so you know, like in the original game, we have a forest fire here. Last game, forest fire really harmed Cidal. Looks like he has learned from it and is staying away. But the interesting thing about Freyr is the bonus that makes techs cost half, but then take twice as long to research. And that kind of bonus but curse combination is really cool. And I kind of wish there was more of that in AOM, because it makes for an interesting dynamic to work around. Because I think really the only other thing you ever really saw that in was in Loki, where your ox carts were cheaper but weaker. Cheaper and faster but weaker, and that was kind of a cool thing to punish the Loki for. Is there a legacy UI option to Retold? You would not believe it, but no, it has to be a mod. That's like one of the dumbest things about Retold is that you don't even have a legacy UI option. You have to get it as a mod, which is annoying because in Retold every patch breaks UI mods, so you need to have an active modder who will update the mod after every patch. And there was a really good UI mod for Legacy, but the guy who is maintaining that isn't active anymore, so nobody can use it. Trying to wall this off. Nito likes these walls. So now there is a kind of more of a simplified version of the mod that isn't quite Legacy, but at least puts the resources in the bottom corner. But yeah, it was, believe me, as someone who had access to some very early testing, like we're talking a while before the game was updated. That was a very requested feature through the entire time, and it just never happened. Like, it just boggles my mind that you would not have the legacy UI for a remaster of a game. Like, why not? I don't know. Just yeah. I don't know why. But we have a game here we're watching. Nito again is on the aggression. So last game he kind of got the win by picking apart Cidal, keeping Cidal defensive and getting lots of Vil kills. And that seems like that's kind of what we're kind of on the path of now. But these Hersier gotta be careful, because they can very easily get trapped. But then, yeah, you come down here, get on these Vils, and now you have the chasing units that now have to come back. And will we get another Vil pick over here? Not quite, but ooh, can come up here. And this base, now you have time to talk about the game. This base is such an awkwardly constructed base for Cidal with these buildings here. Like, oh, it's rough, because he's not giving himself any flexibility with his base. Like, he can't run through his base any easier than Nito does. Like, you need to have a couple walls that with the gates that you can run through. Like, probably here. Instead of this being here, you spread this here, you spread this here, wall with a gate, wall with a gate. And now you have access to, like, run in a circle through here. And if Nito comes in, he has to run all the way around. Will we get more gods? Probably. I would think so. I'm kind of surprised there wasn't a god this summer to keep interest coming into the expansion. Because if the first god basically came out with launch, and your next god hasn't come out for a year, when do you get the next god? Because you don't want to put it right at the expansion, right? Probably after that. So then you start thinking so say we get the next god maybe around Christmas. Do you go another year for the next god? And then another year after that? Like, it's probably, by then you're at the end of DLC support. Yeah, watch out for your villagers. So far, Cidal has been a little bit better, not losing villagers here and catching Nito. Cidal still has Forest Fire. But, like, so far this game and last game, Cidal has just been put completely defensive and has been having to respond, which is putting him behind in, like, resources and stuff, because he just can't get stuff going. And eventually what's going to happen is he's going to get caught out somewhere, and we'll lose a lot of the we'll lose some villagers by getting caught out somewhere, by just being out of position. PK Chets, you're looking at the host. Very handsome host, very intelligent. One of the smartest guys, actually, that hosts tournaments in AOM. What is the prize? Zip. Think of it as, this is like an RTS league for non-expert players. So there's no prize. It's the third season. And it's like a group stage into playoffs. And it's a lot of fun. I divide... Oh, see, this is what I mean. This is going to be your... No, you didn't notice. Ran right by all those Vils. You could have picked all of those. But yeah, eventually Nito is going to pick something. We've got all these units here. But yeah, so this is honestly, checks over the years, no offense to any top players who may be watching, I've found hosting tournaments for top players to be tiring. They whine too much. They think that they are like owed things because they happen to be somewhat good at a game. And it's frustrating as a host. So I decided in AOM and Retold to do a tournament that's focused on medium to lower ranked players, dividing them up into tiers. So like your 1600 players play against 1600 players, 1500 against 1500, 14 against 14. That way you get a lot of, oh, see. Anyway, back to the game real quick. We've got a really big raid here for Nito, and this is what I've been talking about, is that Cidal just being responsive all game is eventually going to get picked apart. He just can't get stabilized, and that's really good play by Nito, who's just taking advantage of him and like making Cidal just chase him around the map over and over and over, where Cidal isn't behind, kind of, but is just because of the unit management. Just Nito is doing a really good job pressuring and not losing units. So really well done by him, though we do have a Valkyrie. But so yeah, now we have Nito is, by the time he reaches Heroic Age, is going to be down probably 8-9 villagers. This is so risky. I'm like just waiting for a huge blob of red to come in on this. Doesn't notice. Can't go forward though. Ooh, the rock giant basically is a taunt that causes units to attack. And when you're down, so he's down an age right now. Nito, Cidal now can't come out. He's down raiding cavalry upgrade. I do remember that game. It was Watering Hole, right? Who did we have on our team? Was it 7-Up that was whining and crying the whole game? I miss that guy, by the way. I haven't seen him in many years. I hope 7-Up's doing well. I think it was 7-Up that was maybe on our team, and we were playing, was it Wiz and Kai, maybe? And that you made this ridiculous wonder and wall chipped everywhere, and really excited because you wall chipped a gold mine and caused it to disappear, and you thought that was just the most amazing thing ever. You wouldn't stop talking about it. I just made a gold mine disappear. Can I do that in every game? I don't know why I remember that. Fun old times. Those are the kind of... Ooh, another raid by Nito. Those are the kind of games. So I don't know if you even know this, chicks. In Retold, they took out Wonder Winds. There's no timer. All Wonder Age does, so you can build a Wonder. It makes, I mean, it's really strong, but nobody ever does it because it costs like 20,000 resources to build in like 10 minutes. It makes your myth units super strong, makes your god powers cheaper. I really miss the Wonder timer. But yeah, just this is the same as, this is basically a repeat of the game before, where Cidal just has never built walls, and it's just been getting picked apart by Nito all game, and now he's 14 villagers down. We have a big fight here, got a Frost, we've got a Barrage, you know, even in military, but behind in techs because he's fighting against, I don't know why we aren't seeing Barrage here, actually. Not Barrage. I keep calling it Barrage. It's Tempest. This Wonder is not cooler. I have not seen a game with it. But big fight here. Wow. Nito holding on to Tempest. Taking a surprise losing fight. No, the Wonder Timer was amazing. That was one of the best things in Legacy AOM. These villagers should not be here. The only downside I would give is as Cidal takes a very surprising good fight here. The only problem with Wonder games was that, with Wonders in AOM, is that it needed to scale with the timer length needed to scale as the player count went up. Because 10 minutes on a 1v1 was a pretty fair timer. I mean, you really didn't often see wonders in 1v1, but 10 minutes in a 3v3 or a 4v4, it'd be tough to just even make it across the map in that time frame. And that was Chicks took full advantage of that, as we still see more fights here, where Cidal senses the advantage and just keeps going forward, knowing that he can do something here. But yes, should not have removed it. Instead, you get this kind of, oh, wow, you get this really weird, like, I don't know. I just don't like, uh-oh. See, this is the danger. There's no walls. There's nothing to defend. And all of a sudden, even though Cidal's doing so well everywhere else, he now just has units in on his gold mine with nothing to defend. Not a thing to defend. And yeah, just loses more vills. He's caught up. He should not be killing these buildings. He has the military advantage. Needs to come forward and attack, attack, attack. Look at all of this up here. Look at all of this. If Cidal just knew this was up here. Like, he almost has to know. So, we're going to pause this here. Because even though Cidal has been getting beat around the map. He's taken a really nice win in a fight. Has the advantage right now. Cidal can win this game. I don't know if he will or won't. But if Cidal just moves up here, he wins. And he should know. This is where you have to be able to slow the game down just a little bit to see, I have my advantage here. I have the advantage. What do I do? He has to know, with how his Raven is placed over here, that Nito has nothing on this side of the map. He knows he's pushed Nito off of this gold mine. Where do you check next? You have to come up here and check this. You have to be able to read the map and see that this is my likely next spot. I need to check it, and I need to check it now. Instead, he's bogged down with these stupid houses. And is giving Nito time to build up. These villagers make a break for it, but there's still 22. There's 30 villagers up here that could all easily die. And he's not going to see it. There's just no reason to come down here. He knows with this Raven here that nothing has come down, even with these villagers. He knows there's nothing down here. It's all up here. Oh, man. Oh. He's checking, but did he give Nito enough time? Oh, here it is. Here's the huge raid. Does Nito have the army to defend this? Okay, converts all of them into berserks. So that's essentially a huge raid, evens up the villager count. So that's nice. And now we have a Tempest here to get these units on the way out. It's a weak Tempest. Only kills a few units in a scenario where he can retreat. Where did all these... There was a ton of... There they are. A lot of Wolf Jarls here. Is this a good fight to take, though, for Cidal? Like, now he's behind in military count. Though a lot of it are these berserks up here. We still have a Frost. This is a close game here. I just would have wished he would have come up here and checked this right away. But, yeah. Oh, this game's tight. But here's the thing. Is Cidal going to get... Is Nito going to come up here? Sit on this again? Or not? Oh, what are you doing? You're just losing hit points here. Oh, no. He just is not noticed. Oh, man. Oh, he's lost so much with that and now has to panic Frost after that. I don't know what he did there. Wow, that was tough. Now he's coming forward. I think he wants to hit this gold mine, but he's got this ridiculous throwing axeman in with his army. Nito is all in on this fight here. Nito does not have anything on gold. He's got, and Cidal's checking. He did not check the far corner on the top here. But the problem is Cidal just lost way too much in this fight. I don't know what happened. He clicked and didn't watch or just looked away. But now he's going to get trapped here because he's got this. Did he get rid of? He's got this ridiculous throwing axeman in here that's just slowing his army down. And now he's getting forced to fight this. And he's just losing more and more hit points. We've got a forest fire. Cidal's using it. He missed where he wants to be here. That gets him some protection. He's trying to lure them in. Now, gotta watch out. This does some damage. But getting picked off in this back end here. Cidal's taking just a rough fight here. Trying to watch out for the flames, though. You don't want to be running. You should run back further. This is kind of the last stand here for this big fight. As the forest fire is over, and I think Cidal just has lost. Just that first movement here, he just lost so much, and then he's just stuck fighting with half of his army into that. And where do people sign up? They sign up on Boyd's Discord. Season 4 would probably be in January. Still close, though. I mean, now he has a huge villager lead, does Cidal. He just has to be careful. You got to fall back further. You got to do some garrison micro to get the throwing axeman on this side. Now we have another barrage. Get in. Hide. Okay. No, don't. Oh. This actually is not a great fight for Nito to be taking here. 51 vills to 38. Yeah, he's getting his Valks caught here. But now it's coming down to the gold mine here. Has now gotten some gold mining back. Uh-oh. You had to follow them out, did Cidal. Cidal doesn't notice this. Oh, we've got more units coming up. And now Cidal, who had the villager advantage, just hasn't noticed this. And these units are going to scout. Oh, Cidal just lost track of this half of the army. Wow, Nito does not know about this gold mine here. Where are these units going? Cidal's just kind of lost track of his military. Yeah, Nito doesn't know about this gold mine here. These villagers down here. What's hilarious is they're on the wrong side of this wall. Ooh. Ooh, okay, we're just gonna transform a few units into Volsarks for both teams. Okay, but you guys are both attacking the... Okay, villagers run out of here. I like how they both just transition. You just converted villagers to Volsarks. And okay, finally caught this army. It's finally caught this army. Wow, this is a great game here right now. This is a fun one. This is cutthroat, but we've got these villagers down here. Just he needs to try to get an escape path for these villagers down here, because surely Nito discovers them at some point, right? Here comes. It's gonna be another big raid. Cidal has the units to defend, but just keeps getting caught over and over. And these units might take him to the gold mine up here. Which I guess there's nothing on that mine anymore. Oh, you did. Was that when you eclipsed the rocks? Yeah. Okay. There's enough throwing axemen here that I think this is alright. But again, now we have, all of a sudden, Cidal is way behind in villager count again. You got these Jarls are trying to punch through to get down to this gold mine. But Nito can retreat up to here now. If he needs. Oh, no, fight. So he needs to... Cidal needs to save these villagers. They are in no man's land now. He needs to get them back to this side of the map. They are stuck down here. So Cidal does need to push through this. But you can see just how painful these walls have been for Cidal, where he's just been stuck trying to get through these walls. And he might now see if Nito's... Yeah, Nito can come forward while Cidal's occupied with all of these walls down here. Nice fight here for Cidal, though. Nito should not be fighting this. Yeah, that was a rough exchange there for Nito. Do we have villagers up here? No. Are they going to go up there? No, we're okay. Okay. Nito is getting quite the score lead. I don't know. I have learned that Draugr are probably pretty good. Just fight this. They just usually go up with Freyr, and here comes the big raid again. You just could like put up just one little wall so you know it's coming. Instead, you Cidal just keeps losing units over and over again. And it's now 14-15 behind in villagers. Has a nice military lead though, but is behind in age now. And he's going to have a tough time because he can't even really attack. If he tries to attack, he'll just get blasted by an Inferno. I love how they're mining down here. Surely these villagers get spotted at some point by Nito. But Nito doesn't even know there's a gold mine here. Oh, here's this. Oh, get in. Here comes the wolf. Ba-boom! Blows up a good portion of the base, but doesn't hit any units, so maybe not the best Inferno. Oh, finally, get a nice little raid here by Cidal. Kills quite a few dwarves. But he's got to come back to his base, like, quick. These guys got to come back. Like, if you collapse on your base now, don't run this way. You need to collapse on your base. You can't... They probably took a little too long to come back. Okay, get a frost in. Alright. Save the day. Disable the frost. But yeah, now you run these Jarls in. And you can probably trap all of this. And get your gold from the dragon. And... Cidal just resigns? I'm a little disappointed he didn't fight this out. Surely he didn't disconnect here. I hope not. But why would he resign here? I guess, I mean, looking at the score, he is way behind. But there actually still is a very unlikely avenue of victory here, where he can collapse on this army, get a really nice fight, and then get a gold block in. But yeah, this was a really fun game. This was pretty cutthroat here, where you get all these villagers. Hey, nice to see you, chicks. You take care, man. But really nice win here for Nito, and what a fantastic game that was. Really fun. But yeah, look at all of this. Yeah, good luck with the tourney, chicks. If my boy Soldier's playing, I'll pay attention. I enjoyed Age of Empires 3. But man, to be behind this far in villagers and kind of fight back, get a really nice raid, a couple more, but then just these villager kills just need not have happened. Just a little, like my takeaway here from like this game and the previous game for Cidal is he needs to incorporate walling into his gameplay. There's no walling, and he's really paying the price for it in these last 2 games. But let's get into game 4. Really fun one. Let's see, game 4. So another map for Cidal here. And oh, we've got our first non-Norse sighting of the match. We've got Kronos for Nito into Cidal's Freyr. So got a Freyr down the bottom. Really, your goal here is you just have to advance as quickly as possible. This is a mistake. You don't get your technologies here. Because the way I think you lose against the Kronos here is if you have a ridiculously slow age up and get stuck. And yeah, we see the Prometheus coming in as soon as possible. Got to get this temple shifted forward, though. There we go. And if Cidal gets another... Yeah, he even sees it's coming. Yeah, you're right, Raifang. How much time he's wasted or had to spend, this poor villager, killing walls last game, and how it just wasted so much of his military's time. But yeah, they have a very slow... You can't be aging up this slow against Kronos. Just eat your goats, though. It's okay. I mean, you do have the boar if things get really out of control. Yeah, you gotta protect. Just stay under your base. Just gather food and be okay with it. It's gonna hurt though if this Promethean finds the temple. You gotta... Oh, he's going to, isn't he? He found it. That really hurts. To where you almost... See, you can't be doing this. It's Oneville. You gotta use the pig here, I think. Because you can't lose your temple again. You have to be able to get it up. This might be a short one. Yeah. That was a nice job by Nito there, coming down here, because, I mean, just kind of realizing, hey, I gotta find this this temple somewhere. It's gonna be... And checking down here. But yeah, it's a tough... You're right. The pressure here is tough for... You know, this is the kind of strategy that the further down the ladder you go, the better it is. Just because it's the pressure, the reaction to the pressure. But there's no need to be put this far behind by it. You just have to assume that the scary thing about Kronos is going to be this really fast rush. And you have to just say, okay, I will need to age up as fast as I can so you don't get any upgrades. And you just take care of your villagers, you know, fine to just sit under your town center and gather goats until you age up. Just a slow age up here. Gotta watch out. This Promethean is actually... Ooh, I thought he was gonna check. Oh, they know actually. He actually knows it's over here. And Cidal is housed. In Legacy, the Valkyrie really destroyed Prometheans. It's a little bit of a closer fight now. Wait a minute here. Oh, he got an upgrade. Did he upgrade his Prometheans? Yeah, he did. So they're stronger now. And they poop out another baby when they die. Gotta retreat. The alarm bell should be sounding here. A bit brave to be sending them forward like this. Probably should have just stayed on the chicken. Because this is just a lot of idle time. Oh, she wants to die apparently. Yep. Yeah, probably a frustrating game here for Cidal. To go out like this. I mean, I don't see any way back, just so far behind by that pressure. Just can't get anything. He's gonna lose all the food that they have in their hands too. Now you're building a great hall when you aren't going to have the resources to build much from the great hall. It just hanging on to this pig, not getting any use out of the pig. I mean, really, sometimes players just wait too long with their god powers. Like, the earlier you get value out of your god power, the better. Where once was kind of put into pretty early pressure with those Prometheans, should have just used the pig right away. Like now it's just to the point where it's just too late. Because you got set so far behind early without using the pig. There's the pig, but it's just too late. Even with as much, I mean, actually getting pretty good damage here with the pig, but it's just too late because you're just so far behind. I mean, the pig has to clear out thousands of units here. Look at him coming though; he's so cute. It's a really cool god power though. Okay. Still, I just look at the bill count here though. It's tough. I like the pig. The pig's a fun god power. Just second Valk out, but it's just so this is Cidal. We are watching in the entirety of Cidal's empire right here. And just a rough game. I mean, with the pressure now, he has to build his buildings in some really awkward positions, which is making it hard to like get on the resources and such. Really tough for Cidal. Yeah, every time it comes up here, just there's pressure. These villagers trying to gather wood here. Units are coming forward. Might be able to pick off something here. But yeah, really nice pressure so far by Nito. Has done well because, you know, the way you can lose this is by going too aggro and losing. Boy, these Chiro Ballista just ate up 3 berserks in like just a fraction of a second. Town center trying to do what it can. Another Another berserk just gets flattened. You don't really want the berserks here against all of these Chiro Ballista. Did I win? Did I destroy you with the crush? There was one Norse player that I crushed that like went really well early, and then somehow they came back and won. But you just have to assume that the rush is coming, in which case you just have to do everything you can to age up as quickly as you can as well. And it's just, really, it's almost just a build victory. I mean, not that you necessarily just win, but like in a game like this, unless something miraculous happens, I mean, just the differences in builds here is just it's just a build game. A build win, a build loss for Nito and Cidal, where Cidal just needs to learn the fast age up here when facing Kronos, and all of a sudden this game becomes very winnable. But the slow age up just means it's a loss. It's basically an auto loss. And that is the game. So in a series that started out with a Cidal victory, in game 1, Nito responds back, takes 3 games in a row. This was a fun series. Especially that game 3 was pretty wild, but even game 2 was pretty fun too. All of them were fun. This one, a little straightforward. You're not as exciting, but really this is one that this entire series, this is a series that, like, if Cidal looks back at, there is a lot that he can learn from in these games that could really help him. Because really, game 2 and game 3 were both winnable games for him, but just not using any walls, especially in game 3, cost him. And so can learn kind of that aspect of the gameplay and get that kind of added in to his arsenal. Can turn some games, I assume. I mean, if we saw 2 of those games in just this series alone, I mean, think of how many games just over, time when playing just ladder or whatever, where just a little better walling could have changed things for him. So, and then this game, so you get just absolutely hammered by Kronos. You just have to come into this and just say, I need to find a build that gets me aged up by 4 minutes or something. I don't know. I guess Skinner, whatever the build is, I don't know what time it is that you age up here against a Kronos, but you certainly can't do a 454. That doesn't help it out. So you gotta just learn to build, and then that's gonna take some of your losses and just convert them into wins. So hopefully Cidal sees this. 342. Yeah, 342 handles this easy, no problem. And 4 minutes would be okay too, but not the 454. So hopefully Cidal sees this and kind of learns a few things from this the match. And really that's what the Athenian League is all about, is having some fun and learning and improving, hopefully is the goal. So, because yeah, Cidal could have very easily won this series. They're 2 really close players here. But anyway, sorry Ragnaroks, but I must go. I've got some things on my to-do list to do, such as I gotta clean out the dishwasher. There's a little bit of mold starting to grow, so we gotta do a deep clean of the dishwasher. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. That is the last of the quarterfinal matches. So there's going to be a few more matches getting played of the semifinals this week. So probably this weekend, I'll have a few more casts to do as well. So hope you guys enjoyed. And for those playing in the Athenian League, thank you all for playing. Appreciate all of you. And for those watching the Athenian League, also, thanks for watching. And yeah, so that's it for tonight. Bye. Have a good day, good night, and I'll catch all of you